Now, I personally know that for myself, that I need to actually, I have a number of things that I actually need to improve. And the first thing is connection. And related to that, secondly, is what we call the inner circle. Because I am weak on these areas, I have a leadership lid, or I have a success lid. So that means that basically my success is actually being restricted because of these two areas. Now, through leadership, through this actual leadership book here, and through understanding leadership, I've been able to identify that. While before, I would have gone on blissfully unaware. So now I've been able to actually identify that, and I said, well, okay, I need to learn. And so I've been learning about how to improve connection in the inner circle. And my inner circle. Basically, the two are related. We'll come across the law of the inner circle a little bit later, but the inner circle is those that are really close to you. You know, you have to build yourself a strong team, a team that are really close to you. And if you have weakness in connection, then it's probably likely you're going to have weakness in the inner circle, because you can't connect with people, so therefore, you know, your inner circle is going to be very close. So therefore, but however, being able to identify the weakness is one step. But then the next step is to actually do something about that. Now, I've identified this, let's say, a month ago. You know, the next step is, well, what can I do about it? You know, and the law of the process means that, okay, I've actually identified it, so I'm up here. But what do I do about it? You know, from one week to the next, you know, I'm not going to be able to change like that. It has to be a long process. So one of the steps of that is, you know, potentially getting mentoring. You know, how do I actually become a better communicator, a better connector? Yeah. So that because of leadership, I can actually see that, okay, I need to improve this, and once I've improved that, my success is going to increase. So that will be the same with everybody, but it will be different. You will be different. There'll be a different aspect of leadership that you'll be weak at. If everybody was strong on every 21 law, you know, they would be a 10. And even John Maxwell himself, you know, doesn't proclaim to be, you know, a 10 in leadership. Every day he is learning something new. Every day he can improve. Every day he can connect with more people. Does that make sense?
Yep.
You've got a question.
Understanding that doesn't improve my leadership. The law of the lid does not improve my leadership.
No. Okay, but no, I'm not saying it does. But what the law of the lid is showing you is that your leadership is restricted by something.
Yep.
But once you've been able to identify what it's been restricted at, working on that, you can actually start to improve your lid.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you don't actually identify what the weakness is, you know, you're back here in blissful ignorance.
Yeah. So. Okay.
So identification.
So we'll get to the laws that do affect that.
Yes.
Throughout this. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was saying, out of the 21 laws, there will be there'll be a number of laws that you will be able to identify and say, well, okay, you know, that is an area that I'm weak at.
Yeah.
You know, let me focus on that area, and then we have the greatest possibility of improvement. Okay. In terms of process, that an event and a process is differentiated. And a couple of the ways that we differentiate between an event, you know, an event would be where, okay, let's say for example, from one day I'm a leader at number, you know, my leadership ability is 3, and then the next day for some unknown reason it would be 6. You know, that's an event. but a process is where it goes from 3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. You know, basically, and there's a couple of words that you can actually differentiate between the two. One, an event encourages decisions, while a process encourages development. An event will motivate people, while a process actually matures people.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? Okay. And an event is basically a calendar item. You know, it will happen on one day, while a process is, you know, a little bit like what I was saying, is a cultural issue. You know, it has to be something a little bit deeper than something happening on one day. So now in terms of the law of process, then we go back to the acronym ACT, apply, change, and teach. You know, just have a little think. You know, what can you actually apply or change or teach as a result of the realization of the law of process? You can take just 30 seconds to have a little think about that.